the 50-year-old security guard uncle came for a blind date. Unexpectedly, as soon as he arrived, he went to the wrong place. Before the two women in front of him could react, he began to introduce himself. When they learned he was a security guard earning $4,000 a month, the two women both laughed. Then they told the uncle their real identities. When the uncle heard that one of them was the president of a corporation, he instantly felt they were making fun of him. With such great conditions, she still came for a blind date? To avoid misunderstanding, the president had to tell the uncle that he had gone to the wrong place. So, with an embarrassed face, the uncle apologized to the two of them. Then he went to his actual blind date. He immediately began to introduce himself, but before he could finish, the woman splashed a glass of water right on him. She mocked that at his age, earning just a few $1,000s a month, and still daring to go on a blind date with her was truly shameless. Seeing her despise him so much, the uncle asked in confusion what counted as being rich. The woman then turned her head to look outside and told the uncle that only those who drove a Bentley luxury car were worthy of her. After saying that, the woman left the place and stopped the man who had just driven the luxury car, planning to latch onto this rich man. Unexpectedly, the man sternly told her to get lost. Right at that moment, the uncle walked over. Seeing this, the man actually bowed to him. It turned out the uncle's true identity was the richest man in the world. Ever since his wife's accidental death, he had concealed his identity and retreated behind the scenes, quietly supporting his daughter's career all along. Thus, the uncle had never remarried. His daughter, being too busy with work, worried that her father wouldn't take good care of himself, so she prepared a luxury car and a mansion for him, so he could come to find a stepmother for her and also take good care of her father. But she didn't expect the blind date to be so greedy and vain. Then, the man told the uncle the purpose of his visit. It turned out that Jack of the Porter royal family was willing to offer half of the royal family's fortune to apply to join the uncle's Chamber of Commerce, because Jack had applied continuously for 10 years, but never got the uncle's approval. This time, seeing his sincerity, the uncle decided to give Jack a chance. He then went alone to the banquet held to receive Jack. Unexpectedly, his blind date Lucy was also there. When she saw the uncle enter, Lucy's mother, Laura, immediately stepped forward to demand an explanation. It turned out they had once been lovers, but Laura disliked that the uncle was too poor, so she abandoned him and married a rich second-generation heir. She didn't expect that after so many years, the uncle was still a poor man. The uncle also truly didn't expect someone could make cheating sound so righteous, but Laura didn't care about that. Just thinking that the uncle had gone on a blind date with her daughter made her furious. She immediately accused the uncle of being shameless, not letting her go all these years, and now coming to harm her daughter. Helpless, the uncle could only explain that it was just a coincidence. But Lucy's wealthy heir father, Cody, did not intend to let the uncle go. Seeing the uncle pestering his wife and daughter like this, he immediately wanted to throw the uncle out. He even used his status as a manager of a publicly listed group to threaten the uncle, but the uncle wasn't afraid of him at all, bluntly saying he had no right to drive him away. Seeing the uncle so arrogant, Lucy immediately told him that this was the banquet for receiving Jack of the Porter royal family, and a security guard like him had no right to attend. As he spoke, Cody told the uncle to show his invitation. Unexpectedly, the uncle didn't need an invitation at all. He was merely attending out of respect for Jack. But everyone who heard this thought the uncle was bragging. Cody immediately called the security guards to throw the uncle out, and this scene happened to be seen by the president. Seeing them bullying the uncle, he immediately stepped in to stop this farce. When the uncle saw it was an old acquaintance, he politely expressed his thanks. And to keep the uncle safe, the president told him to leave quickly. But Laura didn't recognize the president and continued to flaunt Cody's status here, even saying she would tear down the president's hotel. Hearing this, Cody hurriedly stopped Laura, saying plainly that the president was someone they could not afford to offend. And right at that moment, a rich young man who had returned from studying abroad walked in. Seeing that the young man came from a wealthy family, Cody planned to introduce his daughter Lucy to him. The rich young man also liked Lucy upon seeing her and asked her what had happened here. Then Laura told him everything that had happened here, slandering the uncle as not only pestering Lucy, but also deliberately causing trouble at the banquet. Seeing them slander him like this, The president explained in front of the young man and told the uncle to leave quickly, but the uncle felt he had done nothing wrong, so why should he leave? He even wanted Jack to come out and judge. Hearing this, the young man immediately thought the uncle was finished and planned to have him seized to wait for Jack to deal with him. But the uncle was not afraid at all, and even wanted Jack to teach the young man a lesson. Unexpectedly, upon hearing this, the young man laughed outright, mocking that a mere gatekeeping security guard had no right to challenge him, since he was about to receive investment from the first consortium, which would soon allow him to enter high society. Everyone who heard this praised the young man for being so accomplished at a young age. But what they didn't know was that the chairman of the first consortium was actually the uncle's daughter. Hearing this, the uncle couldn't help but laugh out loud, and immediately told everyone that the chairman of the first consortium was his daughter. But Lucy didn't believe it, thinking that a poor man like him could barely afford to marry, let alone have such a capable daughter. Seeing that the current situation was unfavorable to the uncle, the president told him to leave quickly. But before he could finish speaking, the young man interrupted, saying he had no intention of letting the uncle go, and using his wealthy young master status to force the uncle to kneel and apologize. And while they were arguing, the chairman of the first consortium walked in. Then the young man told her the whole story. After hearing it, the chairman thought her father was causing trouble again, and scolded the uncle in front of everyone. Upon hearing this, the young man immediately realized they were father and daughter, and slapped Cody in front of the chairman, explaining that he had only been egged on by outsiders to disrespect her father, and hoped the chairman wouldn't cancel the cooperation between their two companies. But the next second, the chairman bluntly said she didn't acknowledge the uncle.